Salutations, this is Gremdavel. Welcome back to our Let's Play of Dwarf Fortress, Island Embark. Welcome back to the Fortress of Katentishkad. That name gets better and better every time we say it. I believe this is currently episode 9, so if you've been watching, thank you for sticking with it this far. In today's episode, I thought I would reward all of you and reward myself as well with what I've been promising to do for a while now, which is getting to know our dwarves. So what we're going to be doing today is getting to know the 7 original dwarves that comprise our fortress, naming those dwarves after we get to know them, and kind of separating the wheat from the chaff here, and making sure that these dwarves over here, the ones we don't care about, that our isolationist, xenophobic dwarves don't care about, are not named, so we can identify ours over them in the announcements and message logs and stuff like that. So I thought we would just go through one at a time with our original 7. We've already sort of gotten to know some of them, I feel like. Ryzen is our miner, Sibrick, our carpenter. Like we've done a lot with them. Onal and Onul down here also. They're memorable mostly to me because of their names. But we'll actually get to know them a little better today. Adil, our expedition leader, and I believe also our animal trainer. Kib, our farmer, and Datan, our doctor. I believe that's all 7. So we're gonna get to know them and give them names. This is one of the things I love most about Dwarf Fortress. We're going to start with Ryzen here. I love that they, like, the personalities here. We have, everything, like, that they've, like, their current mood, why they feel that way. And, some of that stuff is at the bottom, like, the most recent things that they've been doing and how they've been feeling about them. But also just about what they like and what they believe. It's one of the most amazing things about this game, how everyone has their own personality that you can get to know, and how it affects the activities they do, their relationships with each other. And when you're just playing the game and they're just going about their business, you don't really think about it. But all that stuff, their entire personality is working behind the scenes, and that's amazing. So there is a lot of stuff to read here, and I would like to keep this to one episode. So I think we're probably not going to read everything verbatim. Some of this stuff, especially the stuff about what they're currently annoyed or satisfied with, we're probably going to gloss over, and we'll read everything else. Although it is good to know, it says Ryzen here is very satisfied. Which is good. It's good to know that we're doing an okay job, that one of our main dwarves is happy, even though this is one of the ones I know that we've been working pretty hard. But we will gloss over some of that stuff. Some of it is should apply to all dwarves, like Ryzen is euphoric due to inebriation. You'll notice some things. It's good to pay attention to what's annoying them, because it says Ryzen's annoyed because he had a drink without using a goblet or cup. And that's not something that was on my radar. I believe we can make cups out of wood, so there's no reason why we shouldn't make cups. Also, the lack of chairs, that's something that I keep noticing when I rewatch these recordings. I keep seeing that, like, empty dining room that we made. It just has a table in it and no chairs, which was fine temporarily, but we're far enough along now that, like, oh yeah, we should make these guys chairs, so they can actually sit when they eat. They'll probably like that. So some of that stuff is good to see, but generally they seem pretty satisfied. Ryzen is also a worshiper of Aral, the punches of healing. I guess that's a god in this universe. So this is also good to know. I don't know how many gods our 7 dwarves believe in. It would be really convenient if they all believed in one. One of the things that you can do in the latest version of Dwarf Fortress is build temples. We will be building temples to, you can't just make a general temple for everyone to believe in, but we'll see what gods our dwarves worship, and we could build a temple for each one if we wanted. Ryzen is a citizen of the Cudgel of Empires, I guess that's our dwarf home. He is also a member of the Bodice of Sculptures. I have no idea what that is. Um, I really don't know. I don't know if that's like a gang or what. He arrived at Katentishgad on the 15th of Granite in the year 250, as all our dwarves did. He is 64 years old, which is pretty young for a dwarf. He is tall, but has quite ill-defined muscles. His sideburns are clean-shaven. I'm not sure how they're sideburns if they're clean-shaven, but okay. He has very long mustache. His very long mustache is arranged in double braids. That's cool. His very long beard is braided. His short hair is neatly combed. His amethyst eyes are slit. That's cool. I think amethyst is like a purplish color. He has a broad chin. His ears are tall. His hair is cinnamon. His skin is ecru. I think that's like brownish or tan. Um, okay, so he seems very well kempt, although a bit uh, not very muscular for a dwarf, for a miner especially, I guess. He is quite quick to heal and very slow to tire. Oh, that's very good for a miner, but is very weak. It's possible that that the more mining that he does, he'll get stronger. So we'll see. That might not be the worst thing. Ryzen likes limonite, gold, yellow zircon, giant cheetah leather, rope reed paper, the color black, pretty macabre, crossbows, shields, querns, earrings, black bullheads for their whiskers, and the words of the persuader of justices. I guess that must be a writer or poet in our universe. When possible, he prefers to consume turkey and blueberry wine. That's great, actually, because turkey is one of the only meats that we're going to be actually like mass producing. So that's excellent. He absolutely detests large roaches. He has very good intuition and a sum of patience, but has poor creativity. So that's probably not too good. Because he's our miner, he also will be our what's it called, engraver. After we once we actually get down to a stone layer and smooth our stone walls, one easy way and one very cool thing in the game, one easy way to like make a room nicer is to engrave like art basically on the walls, and it's really cool. I believe in this version of Dwarf Fortress, you can actually specify what you want engraved. But one of the things I actually really love about Dwarf Fortress is that when you just tell it to engrave without specifying, you actually get to see like what's on their minds, like what's going on in like what do these dwarves care about that they're engraving art of. So I'll probably just keep that, but because he has poor creativity, that maybe they won't be that exciting when we actually do start engraving. Like others in his culture, he has a great deal of respect for the law, greatly prizes loyalty, values family greatly, sees friendship as one of the finer things in life, believes honesty is a high ideal, greatly respects artists and their works, really respects those that take the time to master a skill, those that work hard at their labors, respects fair dealing, fair play, cooperation. He finds merrymaking and partying worthwhile, values martial prowess, values leisure time, respects commerce, values knowledge, and finds nature somewhat disturbing. He personally values good craftsdwarfship, and he dreams of raising a family. He is unbelievably stubborn and will stick with even the most futile action once his mind is made up. Rarely looks on others with lust. He is an optimist. He is trusting. Tends to ask others for help with difficult decisions. He tends to be passive in discussions. Generally acts with narrow focus on the current activity. That's probably excellent for a miner. He has a calm demeanor. Tends not to reveal personal information, and is currently less private. He has a tendency toward forming deep emotional bonds with others. He has a greedy streak. He likes to keep things practical without delving too deeply into the abstract. He doesn't often experience strong cravings or urges. He does not have great aesthetic sensitivity, and he is conflicted by this because he values artwork and its creation. That's cool. That's interesting. He is currently so all this currently stuff we're just going to kind of gloss over. When he's bored, he constantly rolls his eyes. He Needing alcohol to get through the working day should be common to all of the dwarves. He likes working outdoors and grumbles only mildly at inclement weather. That's actually, I think that's pretty rare for dwarves. Dwarves generally don't like being outdoors much. But that's awesome for us in our tropical island fort because right now we're outdoors all the time. One of the things about being on a tropical island is it rains almost for like half the year constantly. So that's pretty awesome that Ryzen's like that. So I like Ryzen. Ryzen seems like a really cool dwarf. He seems very chill, very like a really nice guy. And yeah, I'm pleased with Ryzen. So what are we gonna name Ryzen for? Customize nickname. Let's see. So when I come up with names, I know people have all kinds of ways that they do things. Sometimes they'll like pick names of family members, or I've seen people do Let's Plays where they will, or like live streams. Well, they'll name them after subscribers or other YouTubers or something like that. When I name things, I just tend to make up words. So maybe we should think about what is cool about Ryzen. I think it's cool that he's so calm and diligent, and he likes being outdoors, which kind of makes him a little unique, I think. Although it's hard to tell how unique he is until we look at the other dwarves too. I also kind of like the name Ryzen though, but I do want to make something a little more special. You know what? Maybe we're going to come back to this until after we read about all the other dwarves. We can also look at not just the thoughts and preferences, but the health. There shouldn't be any health problems in any of these dwarves. And the relationships. Okay, so he is not related to any of the other dwarves. But you can see he has who his god is. And the 6 other dwarves are his friends. None of them are his family members. Which is actually pretty good, because if anything happens to one of them, it's usually even harder if they're related to them. They might, get even more unhappy. But it's also good to know that none of the other dwarves that aren't our 7 main dwarves they're not listed here, which hopefully means that he's not related to any of them. Okay, so that's Ryzen. Ryzen the Miner. I don't know. I should have come up with names before we started this, but you can watch me struggle through that. Sibrek. I could even the main reason I want to give them special names is because I want like a quoted name, so it's easier to just like notice who they are here. So I could even just call them like Rye or something like that. It doesn't really matter. Although I'm sure you'd be really disappointed at my creativity if that were the case. Sibrek sounds very Irish, I feel like. Actually, a lot of these names sound very Irish or Scottish. All right, Sibrek, our carpenter, is also very satisfied. She apparently also very, very much likes work. She doesn't like... So her god, she hasn't been able to pray to, and she's not liking that. Voodness is her god. She's also a member of the Bodice of Sculptures. Maybe the Bodice of Sculptures is like our group of dwarves. I'm not sure. She's 74 years old, also not too old for a dwarf, although a little older than Ryzen. Her amethyst eyes, also slit. Her eyebrows are incredibly high. She has very high-pitched voice. Her somewhat narrow ears are splayed out. She has a broad chin. Her hair is quite dense. Her very long hair is braided. Braids, I guess, are very popular among our dwarves. Her somewhat tall head is somewhat narrow. Tall, narrow head with a broad chin. Her hair is burnt sienna. Her skin is ecru. She is very slow to tire and agile, excellent, but she is weak and flimsy. That sounds pretty much like Ryzen. Sibrek likes malachite, brass, shell opal, the color lavender blush, mountains, too bad there are no mountains here, crossbows, blue peafoles for their enormous fantails, the words of the flowery reticence. Maybe that's a book. The sound of the crimson turquoise. Maybe that's a band. And the sight of the cyclopean musics. Maybe that must be like a piece of a part of the land. in this world. When possible, she prefers to consume sea nettle jellyfish, sweet potato plants, lychee wine, and purple amaranth flower. I don't think we have any of those, but maybe we could catch some sea nettle jellyfish, maybe? She absolutely detests mussels. Hopefully we won't catch any of those, or she doesn't have to eat them. She has natural inclination towards language and good intuition, but she has poor kinesthetic sense. That's probably not the best thing for an axe dwarf. Like others in her culture, she holds craftsdwarfship to be of the highest ideal, celebrates talented artisans, a great deal of respect for law, prizes loyalty, family, friendship, sees friendship as one of the finer things, believes that honesty is a high ideal, respects artists, really respects those that take the time to master a skill, respects those that work hard at their labors, respect fair dealing and fair play, values cooperation, finds merrymaking and partying worthwhile activities, values martial prowess, leisure time, knowledge, and finds nature somewhat disturbing. So this sounds very, very similar to Ryzen. And it's possible that maybe these are things that like all dwarves have in common, and I just don't remember that. But honestly, I mean, she sounds pretty similar to Ryzen. Maybe they're a good romantic match. Although Ryzen sounds like he doesn't lust after dwarves very much. But maybe we can try to, hook these two up and make some dwarven babies to expand our fort. She personally strongly values tranquility and quiet, sees competition as wasteful and silly, doesn't particularly respect commerce. She dreams of creating a great work of art. Okay, so she is really an artist here. She's a very peaceful, very zen artist. She is rarely jealous. She does have a greedy streak, like Ryzen. She has an active imagination. She is often cheerful. She is stubborn, doesn't try to get things done perfectly. Interesting. She prefers that everyone live as harmoniously as possible. She is somewhat fearful in the face of imminent danger. She is currently more fearless, though. She is very humble. Tends to make a small mess with her own possessions. It sounds very much like an artist. Generally acts with a narrow focus on the current activity. She could be considered rude. Alcohol. She's untroubled by unmet needs. Okay. Oh, she also likes working outdoors and only grumbles mildly at inclement weather. That's also awesome. I really like these dwarves. So far, these two dwarves, our first two dwarves, are awesome. Sibrick and Ryzen are great folks. Okay, it's time for Onal, and Onal is our military commander. So Ryzen's our miner, stoneworking. Sibrick is our carpenter, woodworking. Those are like the skill sets that we gave them. Onal, I believe we gave weaponsmithing, armor smithing, metal smithing, gem cutting. So he's really like our metal worker and also our like sheriff, basically. Our hammer dwarf, like our executioner, basically, our executor of justice, and our militia commander. So let's see if your personality matches. Okay, so Onal. Onal could do without all these creatures and that tangled greenery. Okay, so Onal does seem to have a bit of a different personality than Sibrick and Ryzen. Within the last season, he was bored after doing nothing creative for so long. He was bored after being unable to practice a craft. That's true. We haven't been giving Onal much to do. He's just been, like, keeping the peace. And there isn't much peace to be kept because everyone's pretty chill. He felt fondness after interacting with a pet. Oh, I think Onal's the one that the cat tomb orbs decided to attach himself to. He felt satisfied at work. Fondness. Oh, yeah, all these things. Annoyed at lack of chairs, and after being accosted by snails? I think I do remember seeing a snail with the turkeys, so that's pretty funny. He didn't like being accosted by snails. You just imagine like a bunch of snails like approaching him, and he'd be like, "Guys, snails, get away from me." He felt satisfied after felling a tree. Oh, okay. I guess Onal's the one that we also gave wood cutting to. He felt satisfied upon improving woodcutting. He's romantically involved with Kib. He is... Oh, and Onal's last name is Tombsclean. What was Sibrick's last name? Sibrick... the English translation of the last name. Book Ink. Okay. Onal Tombsclean. So you're in a relationship with Kib, and you are a casual worshiper of Aral. Aral is also the deity of Ryzen, I think. Onal is a citizen of the Cudgel of Empires. I think that's who we all are, right? He is the militia commander of the Bodice of... Oh, so we are the Bodice of Sculptures. Okay. I guess that's the name of our fort? I don't know if Contentious God means channeled price. I have no idea what means the Bodice of Sculptures. Something does. Maybe Contentious God is like the name of the area, and the actual name of our civilization, of our, like, town is the Bodice of Sculptures? I don't know. 54 years old, so younger. That's actually pretty young, fairly young for a dwarf. He is tall, very muscular. Okay, so it's a good choice for our militia commander. Very broad chin. His sideburns are clean-shaven. Very long mustaches arranged in double braids, just like Ryzen. His medium-length beard is neatly combed. His short hair is neatly combed. We have very neat dwarves. His ears are somewhat narrow. Hair is russet. Skin is ecru. Everyone has the same color skin. His eyes are amethyst. Everyone has amethyst eyes. Same color eyes, same color skin. Eyes are somewhat narrow, although not slits like the other two. He is very strong, very rarely sick, but he is quick to tire. Okay. So maybe that he's not an endurance fighter, which is good to know. Ono likes magnetite, nickel silver, pink jade, ash wood, giant gazelle leather, moose antler, the color copper, gems, figurines, cats for their aloofness, emperor penguins for their coloration, the words of the persuader of justices. Someone else, I think Ryzen also liked the persuader of justices, and the sound of the taupe sheens. Must be a band. When possible, he prefers to consume cod, anchovy, and gutter cruwer. I don't know what that is, but the other two are fish, so that's good. Hopefully we'll catch some of those. And absolutely detests snails. Too bad we have snails. He has a great affinity for language, natural ability. So the cat adopted, cats adopt masters in this game. So the cat adopted Onal. So hopefully it'll be good that the cat follows Onal around. Hopefully the cat will take care of any snails that are around. A great affinity for language, natural ability with music. Okay, maybe we can make an instrument for him. A great memory, the ability to focus, and good kinesthetic sense. Those are good qualities for I feel like for a militia commander. But he has a shortage of patience, meager creativity, a large deficit of willpower, and an atrocious spatial sense. Last two are definitely not good for a fighter. But it is what it is. Bad spatial sense. They'll just have to hack blindly. Like others in his culture, he holds craftsmanship, etc. Prizes loyalty, sees great respect for the law. I think all of ours do so far. Believes honesty is a high ideal. Sees friendship as one of the finer things. Respects artists. Respects those that take their time to master a skill. Those that work hard. Finds merrymaking, partying worthwhile. Values martial prowess, leisure time, commerce, knowledge. Finds nature somewhat disturbing, though, which is different than our other dwarves. Personally, deeply dislikes competition, sees life as unfair, and doesn't mind it that way. He sees life as unfair, and he doesn't mind that it's unfair. And he's put off by family. Huh. Interesting. But he is in a romantic relationship, so we might have kids anyway. He dreams of mastering a skill. Hopefully it'll probably be a martial skill. He is greatly moved by art and natural beauty, but he is troubled by this because he dislikes the natural world. That is an interesting paradox? I don't know what that is. Greatly moved by art and natural beauty, but dislikes the natural world. He can be single-minded. He has little interest in joking around. He sometimes acts with little determination and confidence. He is currently more confident, though. He has an active imagination. He is very humble and occasionally overindulges. He cracks his knuckles when he's bored. He likes working outdoors and grumbles only mildly at inclement weather. Oh, so that is good. So he hates nature, but he does like working outdoors. Okay, well that's interesting. He seems like a more conflicted person, Onal. Overall, Onal is somewhat focused with satisfied needs. He's unfettered after spending time with people, etc. Okay. All right. Cool. Distracted, being unable to practice. Yeah, we got to give him some crafts. Maybe we can focus. Well, once we breach, and hopefully he'll be making some metal working and stuff like that. He may also be a furnace worker. I can't remember. Okay. Although, yeah, maybe let's look at that real quick. Go to unit. Do you have furnace? No. Glass making? Oh, rusty glass making. So, yeah, all your skills are rusty. We just haven't been able to. I mean, there's been nothing for you to do. But like, yeah, once we actually get into the stone, we'll start getting gems and stuff. He can at least start like cutting gems and working on that, and that should make him happier. Okay, so this episode's already gone on for about an episode's length. So this might be a good idea to cut this off and continue with the last four dwarves next episode. Before I do, so before I do that, I will say I think this is the first episode. You may notice that this episode has looked a little nicer if you're watching on a 1080 screen. That's because when I first started recording these, the first few, I was recording in full screen, and my monitor is a little oddly shaped. It has like a 4096 pixel width. And so when I scaled that down, it didn't scale down perfectly to 1080. But now that I'm not playing in full screen, I can scale it to any resolution I want. So you should see this fit a little better and look a little nicer on a 1080 screen, which most of you are probably watching on. And when I usually watch YouTube videos on my phone, which is also 1080, so that it works out for me too. So hopefully you'll enjoy that improvement. So that'll do it for this episode. And stay tuned. Next episode, we're going to be looking at Adil, Ditan, Kib, and Onal. And hopefully we'll be giving some of these dwarves names. Okay, so thank you for watching, and continue. I'll see you next time with part 2 of Meet the Dwarves. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.